Hello, Rick Lewis here with day 8 in 21 days of the life of a professional speaker. I'm documenting each day of 21 days leading up to 4 presentations in the last week of this 3-week period. And my intention was just each day to share something about what I'm dealing with, how I'm preparing for the upcoming presentations, the travel, and the delivery of the keynotes themselves, just in case that's helpful or useful to anyone who's thinking about wanting to speak professionally and what that might be like, what might be entailed. Today, one of the things I'm thinking about is my device. So I will go through before I leave and depart for a presentation, and especially a series of presentations, I'll go through and make sure I have deleted from my device videos, photos, recordings that I don't need to have on my phone. Now, the reason I'm doing that is because I plan on taking my device with me, and you should also, whenever you travel for a function, prepare to record as much as you can of your presentation. That means at the very least, you should be recording the audio. So you can just take your phone, you can just start up the voice memo feature when you start your presentation. You can, put the phone in your breast pocket or just set it on the lectern where you're presenting. You should always get a recording of at least what you say, if not the actual video presentation. When I go, I have a tripod that I'll set up somewhere in the room, and I'll capture the video as well. Now, this is not necessarily good video for promotional purposes, because you don't have someone actually with the phone following and getting the proper frame or zooming in. But for my purposes, I am always reviewing every single presentation. I'll record it by audio or video, and I will review that footage. Now, you don't want your phone to run out of memory halfway through that process. Additionally, and even more importantly, than recording yourself for your own review purposes, you want to get a client testimonial each and every single time you present. This is hugely important. You could almost say it's your number one objective for any speaking presentation is to get a client testimonial. So what goes into getting a good client testimonial? Well, obviously the first thing is doing a great job at the presentation. You want to light that audience up, have them clearly have an incredible time with you, and you want then the client to reflect that, to say, hey, we weren't sure how this was going to go. We hired this person. And I always get them to do a little case study like that. When I get them on camera, I say, just walk me through the whole process of hiring me and how it went for you. And so that's why I clear my phone off, because the very last thing you want is you're in the middle of a client testimonial on site after the fact, and your phone runs out of memory storage and you can't get that client testimonial. Client testimonials are absolutely essential, because you can talk all you want about how good you think you are, but until you get that social proof from somebody else talking about a presentation they've just seen. And this is super important too, that the reason you're doing this with your phone on site is because I guarantee if you finish a presentation and the client is really happy with it and you say, hey, I would really love to get a video testimonial. Would you be willing to do that for me? And they say yes. Don't let them say, I'll send it to you or I'll record it and forward it to you, because they won't do it. I'm sorry. No matter how excited they are, people are busy. And after the fact, once they're away from the context of the event, it's very, very unlikely that you're going to get a video testimonial from a client. And if you do get it, it'll be because you have to follow up time and time again. And once they record it, if it's a day or a week or a month after you've presented, the client won't be as connected to the experience as they are right after the presentation. So you want to grab that testimonial right after the presentation. I'm going to do another separate video about exactly how you do that with a client. But for today, on day 8, the preparation that I'm working on is just preparing my device so that when I go, I can record as many aspects of the presentation as I can, at least audio, if not audio and video, and then get a client testimonial. So that's it. That's my one thing I'm doing here on day 8, including now that I'm getting closer to my departure, which will be on day 13 or day 14, I think it is. But the other thing I'm working on right now is just the content of my keynote. So I'm giving thought to that today and over the next few days. I'm working on that aspect of it at the same time. But the clearing off of my phone is one of the key tasks that I'm making sure I get to today. That's it for day 8. I'll see you for day 9.